March Madness is officially here for 2025, and this is one of my favorite times of the year. And in this video, I'm going to be using ChatGPT to help me fill out my bracket game by game, and you can copy some of the strategies and prompts that I'm about to show you in this video. And when this is all said and done, I'm going to compare my results with ChatGPT compared to DeepSeek, Claude's extended thinking mode, Grok, and other AI tools. So be sure to stick around for the entire video. And if this is your first time to the channel, welcome. My name is Ryan, and my mission is to help you navigate the overwhelming world of artificial intelligence. And if you want to get my favorite AI tools and prompts that I use for marketing and content creation, be sure to get my free AI Marketing Essentials Guide. You can find the link for this in the video description or pinned comment below. So let's dive right in. You'll notice on the left side of my screen, I have the bracket pulled up. I'm using NCAA.com for this. You can use ESPN or whatever you want here. And I'm going to be going through this pick by pick with the help of ChatGPT. One quick tip I must say is you want to be using an advanced reasoning model for this. You don't want to use GPT 4.0. You don't want to use GPT 4.5. You want to be using O1, O3 mini, or O3 mini high. I think even on the free version of ChatGPT, you get very limited uses of advanced reasoning models. So that's the first thing. And the second thing is when it comes to the prompt, I will leave this in the video description below if you want to copy and paste it and use it yourself. Took me a little bit to fine tune this because what I realize is if you just say, hey, ChatGPT, help me fill out my bracket, they're going to lead towards the side of being chalky, where it's going to pick the favorites more often than not and never factor in other circumstances. And so what I did is I uploaded the official 2025 March Madness bracket, and then I also uploaded images of all these statistics that I got from NCAA.com. Basically the overall records of the different seeds. Now, is this a silver bullet and it's going to get it right every time? No, but the more relevant data and statistics that we can provide these models with, the better our results are likely going to be. So now let's go through game by game and fill out our bracket based on ChatGPT's recommendations. Starting with Auburn in the 16 seed. They have Auburn here, not surprised there. Creighton over Louisville in the 8-9 matchup. Here's where things start to get interesting. This is their first upset pick, UC San Diego over Michigan. And I like to read the rationale behind this. It says the 5-12 matchup is a classic upset spot. UC San Diego posted 30 wins and ranks top 10 nationally in three-point percentage. So it's pulling in this data from some source. This is the benefit of using an advanced reasoning model when it's pulling in statistics like that. So let's go with UC San Diego. Texas A&M over Yale. They have Ole Miss over the 11th seed. They have Iowa State over Lipscomb. They have Marquette over New Mexico. Then they have Michigan State over Bryant. And we're going to stay in the same region here. Next, they have Auburn over Creighton. So let's pick Auburn here. They have Texas A&M beating UC San Diego. They have Iowa State beating Ole Miss. And then they have Michigan State beating Marquette. Sweet 16, so it says Auburn beats Texas A&M. And then they have, let's see, in a nail biter, right here. So Iowa State, so it says Michigan State. So it's a Michigan State. And then it sends the Spartans to the Final Four. So we have Michigan State to the Final Four. Now let's look at the South region. So I'm going to scroll over my bracket here. And then we have Duke versus the 16 seed. We have Baylor over Mississippi State. We have Oregon over Liberty. We have Arizona over Akron. They have a slight upset of VCU over BYU. That's an interesting pick. They have Wisconsin over Montana, St. Mary's over Vanderbilt, and then they have Alabama over the 15 seed. And now for the second round, they have Duke over Baylor. It looks like they have Arizona over Oregon. And then they have, looks like Wisconsin over VCU. And then they have Alabama over St. Mary's. And then here they have, let's see, Duke, guard play, edges out. So they have Duke over Arizona. And then they have Alabama over Wisconsin. So let's click that. And then it says the Blue Devils are going back to the Final Four. So that's their pick is Duke for that region. Still very chalky in my opinion. So now let's go back to the other side of the bracket and fill out the West region. So they screwed that up. This is actually the West region, not the East region. So there's going to be some errors and discrepancies here. So they have Florida over the 16 seed. They have UConn over Oklahoma, Memphis over Colorado State. They have Maryland over Grand Canyon. Drake. So I'm from Des Moines, Iowa, and that's where Drake is. I like how they have Drake as the upset pick here over Missouri, Texas Tech over UNC Wilmington, Kansas over Arkansas, and then they have St. John's over Omaha. And in the second round, let's see here, they have Florida over UConn. Then they have Memphis over Maryland. They have Texas Tech over Drake. And then they have St. John's over Kansas. So Florida versus Memphis, they say Florida wins. Let's see here. So Texas, or they have St. John's winning. And then they have Florida making the Final Four. Again, very chalky. We have a 2 seed, a 1 seed, and a 1 seed. Now let's go back to the final region. So they call this the West region. Again, it's the Midwest region. Little discrepancy there. They have Houston over the 16 seed, Gonzaga over Georgia, Clemson over McNeese. I don't know how to say that. They have Purdue over High Point. I actually think I would pick High Point in that situation, but that's another conversation. They have Illinois over the 11 seed. They have Kentucky over Troy, UCLA over Utah State, and Tennessee over Wofford. In the second round, they have Houston over Gonzaga. They have, it looks like Purdue's high efficiency can inside out play. They have Purdue. Then they have Kentucky. And then they also have Tennessee. So again, very chalky. Houston over Purdue. And then it says Cougars. So Kentucky over Tennessee. So it says Tennessee. I don't like how it doesn't have the winner. I have to actually read what it says here. And then it says Houston over Tennessee. Again, a very chalky Final Four. We have Michigan State versus Florida, and then Duke versus Houston. So let's look at the Final Four here. Houston stifling offense in a physical battle. Houston grinds out the late win. So they have, let's see. Well, that's actually wrong. So that's a discrepancy because it's Duke. Duke plays Houston, not Houston playing Michigan State. So this is wrong. So let's just actually go through this. They think Duke is going to win the national championship. And then they have, I think, let's see here. I'm guessing they're just going to pick Florida. But it looks like they have Duke winning the national championship. So then it has at the end, top upset picks and confidence level. Duke cuts down the nets. Then you can say, what is the tiebreaker final score of Duke versus Florida in the national championship? And let's see what it comes up with for this. All right, so they have Duke beating Florida 74-70. We're going to click finish bracket, and I'm going to name this, let's name this ChatGPT bracket. And then I can share this. So if you guys want to view this in the description below, I can click share. I'm going to copy the link and add it to the video description below. But that right there is really the process of how you can go game by game and using ChatGPT to help you. Now, you can also do it on an individual level. If you're really trying to analyze one game versus an entire bracket, you could apply the same principles to that as well. So now let's look at what the other AI models had to say in addition to ChatGPT. And I'm not going to go through game by game like I just did, or that would take forever. I'm just going to see who they think is going to win it all. So when it comes to Grok or Grok 3, right here they have Duke beating UConn. And this is a fallacy. UConn's not a 3 seed this year, so I'm sure there's a lot of errors in here somewhere. Yeah, they have North Carolina as a 1 seed. UCLA, I think they're looking at last year. And I uploaded the exact same files, used the exact same prompt. So looks like Grok dropped the ball here. Now, I also used Claude 3.7 Sonnet with extended thinking mode. What's really cool about this is it generated what's called a Claude artifact on the right-hand side. I didn't even tell it to do that. So that's a really cool feature. Now, Claude looks like they have Duke. Yeah, they have Duke winning as well over Houston. And this is just a cool way to look at it. You can break it down over here as well. They list everything out. When I asked DeepSeek, DeepSeek had Houston over Alabama. Houston's leadership and defensive identity secure their first title. Very possible. When I asked Google Gemini, I used the flash thinking experimental mode, which uses advanced reasoning. They also had Duke, and it looks like they have Duke over Memphis. That's an interesting pick, picking Memphis to the national championship and losing to Duke. So those are just some really quick results. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to fill out a bracket for each one of those. I'll leave links to all of those in the descriptions below if you're curious. But that's it. That is how you can leverage ChatGPT to fill out your 2025 March Madness bracket. And if you've made it this far into the video, I appreciate you. I want to hear your thoughts in the comments below. Who do you think's going to win it all? Who are your upset picks for March Madness this year? Are you going to be using ChatGPT, DeepSeek, Claude? What AI models are you going to be using to help you make your picks? I want to hear all of your thoughts in the comment section below. And lastly, if you found value, be sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. I hope you all have a great day.